it's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? Yeah. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love goes, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah.
All deep once again. My heart is waking. It hurts when you lie all the time. Can't feel anymore. Feels numb when I die. Restart me.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? What is going on? We're going to get a little start early. I'm not going to make you guys suffer through the intro for too long. I had an important phone call that I had to take. I appreciate your patience. Thank you guys for hanging out and waiting on me here. What has been going on? Let's get all of our stuff ready here. Moment of truth. Are we good? Or are we naked on here? Let's see. Good afternoon, Midwest, or good morning, depending on where you're at. Hello, Felicia. Hello, LJ. Nikki Nax. Miss Tiana. Am I dressed, Miss Stitching? Am I dressed today? we are going to go over some of this. Okay, so Awen made a statement yesterday. So we heard Awen, or Awen, I'm not sure how you say her name. She spoke yesterday about Lauren, and she finally, felt strong enough to come out and speak on what happened and what was going on. So I'm going to play a little bit of that today. I also wanted to talk about this too. I thought this was really interesting. Somebody sent me this, and I was not aware. I don't know, maybe you guys were. So Lily in London says, I did call Lauren Matthias out for this on X. She had a complete meltdown because of my post. But as you can read, the courthouse did contact Hidden True Crime and requested they don't release the call. But she did anyways. And again, she said, we did nothing wrong. So it says here, Carleton County. Let's see here. The team behind Hidden True Crime, a podcast and YouTube channel, released a statement on Tuesday afternoon about the decision to publish the recording of a call between Alex Murdaugh and his attorney. Wow. So you are okay to put a phone call out between a client and their attorney, but you want to cry because Awen Crime was going to stream your hearing. Oh my, okay. Okay. True Crime podcast hosts John and Lauren Matthias submitted a Freedom of Information Act request for recordings of jail calls placed by Alex Murdaugh. Let's see here. They said they did not ask for anything exempt from disclosure. As part of the request, the Carleton County Sheriff's Office accidentally released a call between Murdaugh and his lawyer, Jim Griffin, which is protected by attorney-client privilege. A spokesperson for the sheriff's office said the call was released by inadvertent human error, and after they realized the mistake, they contacted the requester and asked for the call not to be published. In the statement released on Twitter, Hidden True Crime said they received an email requesting that the call not be shared after they had posted it on social media. They said they would never knowingly release something exempt from public disclosure. Yet you still fucking did. We were not told we did anything wrong, the statement reads. We were not asked to take anything down. Yeah, you absolutely were. You absolutely were, but instead you wanted the clicks and fucking views, in my opinion. So you just refused to take it down at that point, Lauren. I mean, like I said, though, that's just my opinion, so I don't know. Griffin posted on Twitter after the call was shared saying he was mad as hell. A video with the call has been removed from Hidden True Crime's TikTok due to a high volume of reports, but it also remains on other social media platforms, which obviously people are unaware. I'll tell you in just a minute. At this point in time, HTC sees no reason to remove a recording we legally obtained. Not to mention it was an error, but okay. That has already been distributed by many parties across the internet, said Hidden True Crime. Who else posted it then? Who else posted it besides you guys? Where else was it posted at besides you guys posting it? I mean, I would love to know. Maybe John could get a book out and read it to us and let us know where it was posted at before y'all posted it. Maybe we could do that. Man, listen here. Per snob, hold on. She's a danger to these cases. She needs to be stopped. I don't know about a danger to these cases, but that's pretty fucked up. Tragedy pimps. Tragedy pimping. Pimping since been pimping. And I don't know what the hell's going on with Megan Connor, but I'm going to tell you this right now. She's got people fooled. And so we're not going to have that. We're not going to have that. And when I went over and left a comment, she decided to block me because someone asked if Kay said that. And instead of saying, yes, go listen for yourself, form your own opinion, do your own research, what does she do? Blocks the fucking comments. Damaged Taffy says HTC has lost 3,000 followers since the 24th. Oh, I'm sure they're going to lose more. I'm sure they're going to lose more. Was she hacked again? What will be her excuse? Well, you know what? I'm sure she'll come up with an excuse. We already know what time it is. We already know what it is. I don't know. She has people like Megan fooled, and Megan is a family member of. She's I believe, a cousin of Lori Vallow. So why she's involved in this, I don't know. Being she's a family member to Lori Vallow, it's really odd and really weird to see her simping this hard for Lauren. It's very fucking weird. So this is her channel. She's actually then changed her picture now. But anyways, rumor and speculation. No, court audio is not rumor and speculation, Megan. It's not. It's just not. So, stalking is serious. Here's the shocking truth that you haven't heard. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. But I will say she's going from Lori Daybell restitution hearing for 10,000 views to 16,000 views with the Stalkers campaign unraveling against Lauren. 11, you know what I mean? So I guess I could see why she's sticking with Lauren, taking Lauren's side. I don't know. Let's go see here. Again, she is the cousin of Lori Vallow Daybell, so I'm not sure. It's odd to me that she's even involving herself in this. But these are her lives. She does videos, a lot of videos, like pre-recorded videos. She's doing a lot of live streams. She decided to go live though on the third part. This is part 1, part 2. So part 3 she did as a live stream.
Quote, whoops, you messed up, ran around, and then you got caught. Whoops, you messed up. Now you're crying about.
So we've already done it. So, okay, listen, we've already fucking heard the 9-hour live. We've already heard the 9-hour fucking live with this.
About what you lost. 3, important to the case.
So basically, she's wanting to go over the same bullshit that Lauren already went over. The court paperwork. I don't know what she's trying to prove with this court paperwork. I don't understand it. But what she's not doing is being honest with her subscribers about Kay speaking out and about Kresha. That's what she's not doing. When I went over to leave a comment when the lady was asking, what did Kay say? She actually, like I said, deleted the comment. So I'm just curious as to why you're simping so hard for Lauren, but you won't tell your subscribers the truth or even play Kay's recording. Why is that? Why is that? Would that be because you're Lori's family? I mean, I'm just curious. Is that what's going on here, Megan? I mean, I'm just kind of figuring we should probably get to the bottom of this now here.
Stalked more than once.
Because she claims that she was also stalked and harassed. No one believed her. Which is kind of odd to me. Why would people not believe you anyways?
Number 2, I care about the truth.
If you cared about the truth, Megan, if you cared about the truth, you would most certainly go over Kay's statement. You would go over what she had to say. Lauren struck it down. Do you stand behind that, Megan? Do you stand behind Lauren privacy strike or copyright striking Kresha's video down where Kay was speaking on what she thought about Lauren? Are you okay with that? Yeah, it's very odd. Whose truth? No, she's saying she wants the truth. Right, whose truth? You want Lauren's truth, or you want Christina's truth, or you want the truth of this, the bullshit going on? I mean, what truth? Whose truth do you want? Hold on. She's a dispute with her family. I don't know what it is, but I think she talks to her dad or Adam, Lori's brother. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like there's some connection there. There's a reason why she's not wanting people to know Kay's statements out there. My opinion seems to be she is collecting all of Lauren's subscribers over here. As you can see, they are giving her kudos, the ones that are sticking by Lauren and the bullshit she's been pulling, or the ones that refuse to go listen to what Kay said, or listen to what Kresha said, or listen to what Christina or any of the other girls have been saying. From what I heard Kay speak, seems like she has been gaslit by several HTC haters. So then you have somebody that listened to it and says, from what I heard Kay speaks, she seems to, seems she's been gaslit by several HTC haters. No, Kay is an older woman and very wise. She's a very wise, very smart woman. She doesn't have to be told what to say. She doesn't have to be gaslit by HTC haters. Like that's crazy as hell. You would even say that. I don't understand. So anyways, long story short, she's definitely monitoring comments, of course. So it's very odd to me. Very, very odd to me. If you want the truth, you would play it all. You would play everything. No matter how bad you thought it was. So that's how I know you don't stand for the truth, Megan.
And it's very clear to me that there have been a lot of misconceptions in this case. And it's very clear to me also.
Misconceptions. Hey, would a misconception be that she wanted Christina to spend 30 days in jail? Or how about a GPS tracker? How about something like that? I mean, you think that's okay? You cool with that? So if somebody just come along and said, hey, I want to put a restraining order against Megan and say she's a stalker. She's reached out to me and she said what she had to say, even though I told her I didn't want to talk to her. And then my phone was silent. So I called the police because my phone wasn't ringing and it was silent. And I feel like I'm being stalked. And then went and just put you down. And then you got to fucking come up with money to defend yourself against a frivolous stalking, no contact, no stalking order, RO, whatever the hell it is you guys are using to abuse the system with, in my opinion. It's crazy as hell.
That people don't understand stalking and they don't understand.
Really? No, I think people don't understand abuse of the system. I think people don't understand that when they talk shit and they sit in a fucking chats. I've sat in plenty of chats and talked plenty of shit. Plenty of shit. Again, though, I'm not sitting here trying to be somebody on camera and then turn around and be somebody else I'm not off camera. And that's what I think we have going on here with Lauren. I think she was trying to be somebody else, with her friends, and then be somebody else on camera.
How serious it is. So again, I'm going to recommend the 2 videos that I already posted. They clarify a lot of the things that you.
Right then and there, she should have said, I recommend the video, Kresha's video, that Lauren struck down, even though she shouldn't have struck it down, but it's on Queen Bee's channel. If you guys want to go watch it, listen for yourselves. Go to Kresha's channel, listen to it for yourself. No, she doesn't say nothing like that. You know what? Listen, Gorgeous George. I'm sure a lot of people are probably going to unsubscribe from Megan next because I think it's total bullshit. She's spinning a one-sided fucking narrative. She said, I unsubscribe from Megan's channel. She strikes me as someone who talks out of both sides of her mouth. The fact that she's a life coach is oh my God. She's a fucking life coach? Holy shit, that explains it all. That explains it all. Brianna with a $50 super sticker. Thank you, love. I appreciate you showing some love, Biddy. I'm starting to see this creeping into the generic YouTube algorithm now. Melanie Little's games will get LawTube's attention. The similarities to this situation should get Charlie's, Penguins. This is going to be bad, and I'm so here to see it all. Yeah, and you know what? Moist Critical is his name on Twitter or X. If you guys want to reach out to him or you want to tag him in anything, he goes by Moist Critical. And yeah, there you go. Life coach. We got a Molly in the house. Yes, Megan is just a follower. She followed her Aunt Lori around everywhere too. Wow, no shit. See, I didn't know all that. I don't really know much of her whole backstory other than she is family to Lori. And that she's simping super hard for Lauren, and I don't even understand why. I guess I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. I'm not sure if she's here for the truth. Why are we not putting the truth out there then? Why are we deleting comments when anybody goes over there and says, hey, Kay, spoke up? Hold on here. Wasn't Ruby Frankie's business partner also a life coach? Yes, I believe so. I believe so. Megan is Lori's cousin. Yes.
You've asked in the chat and the questions. I posted them earlier today. They're part 1 and part 2. This is part 3. Now I'm going to have to do a part 4.
No, you really don't have to do a part 4, but if you're going to simp, I guess go ahead and simp harder. Passion for Victims, member for 11 months. Love how real you are. Thank you. I appreciate that, baby. Brianna, member for 30 months. I'm trying to imagine how stressed and anxious I would be if this were my life. Then I remember they are doing it to themselves and I stop caring. Pretty much. Nikki Nax, member for 12 months. Love you, Queen. P.S. Sending prayers to Jamaica. Yes, Jamaica's really going through it right now with this hurricane. Melissa, please make sure you guys send some good vibes and prayers their way. Witness Protection, member for 11 months. Hive Strong, Stingers out, baby. I know that's right, baby. I know that's right. Makes me wonder if Megan talked badly about people that thought she was friends too. Yeah, it kind of does make you wonder, don't it? I think the views, Lauren, like her Aunt Lori, just a new familiar role model. Really makes you wonder, don't it? Yeah, Lori Vallow's cousin. Yes, she is Lori Vallow's cousin. Megan is. Yes, she is. Lori Vallow Daybell, the one that was on trial for murder of her 2 kids and for Chad Daybell's wife. Yeah, she is. She's family to her. That's why I said simping for Lauren is really odd to me. Even back here, like,
please keep in mind that 2 things can be true at the same time. Many things can be true at the same time.
Absolutely.
And somebody saying mean things or harmful things to a person does not mean that they deserve to be harassed and threatened and bullied. So let's put that out there as well.
Well, can we get some proof that
I like this, Caroline, as you can dislike Lauren and still see.
Can we get some proof that Lauren was bullied or harassed? Because we ain't seen any proof at all. We have not seen any proof whatsoever. And just like Kay said, there's no reason. Lauren was not stalked or harassed, in our opinion.
What's happening to her is wrong. That's a great point, and that summarizes it better than I did just now. Rarely are things black and white. In fact, they almost never are. But I put the almost in there as a qualifier because they can be. So the other thing I want to address really quickly is that, yes, I have seen Gigi's statement and I have read it. And what I saw.
Okay, let's hear her and then we'll read Gigi's statement.
In that statement was somebody who had a negative experience with Lauren, addressed it directly with Lauren, and they both moved on. And also, I said in the video that I listened to Crush's live, but I made the video before she did her live last night. So I want to clarify that I watched a portion of her live on Friday. I did not watch any of her live last night. And the only thing that I can say about that is I texted her last night when several people were telling me what was going on about, Crush's live. And I just texted Crusha, and I don't agree with what she did or the way that she did it, but that's a conversation for me and Crusha to have. And I will say the same thing about Kay. I didn't watch it, so I don't know exactly what was said. I only know what was reported to me. And
right there, she didn't watch Kay. She doesn't know what was said. All she knows is what was reported to her. If you're going to simp for somebody, you need to make sure you listen to everything so you're fully prepared. Yeah, a lot of people are losing a lot of respect for Lauren, and you're going to be right there next to her, Megan. And if you don't know, then that's right. Shut up. Megan is friends with Crusha and Lauren. Well, it seems to me like this isn't very friendly. This is a huge problem. This is a huge fucking problem. And yeah, what all was reported to her? Because obviously it wasn't the truth, and she should go listen for herself and form her own opinion, just like all of us did.
if what was reported to me is true, then I hope that we'll be able to have a conversation, because that's between, how I feel about Crusha is between me and Crusha. How I feel about Kay is between me and Kay. So I wanted to put that out there because I know people have been asking in the comments about it, and I'm just not going to address it because that's between me and them, and it's not for public fodder as far as I'm concerned. So that's pretty much it. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to show you the civil stalking injunction. I have redacted some portions of it. And this is from the motion to enforce the civil.
Yeah, this is a motion to enforce
Stalking injunction. And I want to go through it because it does list the terms of the civil stalking injunction so that we can see, all of this happened before the court hearing that we're about to listen to. So, excuse me. CSI issued on this court on September 4th, 2025, specifically orders the respondent, Lauren's the petitioner, Christina is the respondent, specifically orders the respondent to A, not stalk the petitioner, including not following, threatening, annoying, or harassing the petitioner in a way that would cause a reasonable person to suffer emotional distress or fear for their safety. B, no contact order, not contact, phone, text, email, mail, or communicate in any way with the petitioner and the following protected persons: John Matthias, Grayson, their son, immediate and extended family, business coworkers / employees of True Crime Podcast / docuseries. A stay away order, stay away from I, the petitioner's current or future home, the petitioner's work address, the petitioner's vehicle, online forums, and other social media accounts, and it specifically mentions the 2025 CrimeCon Expo. Additional orders,
which we know about because we heard Joe come up and talk about being there, and Grayson being there, and Christina being served. So somebody said, who is Crusha and who is... Okay, if this is Lori's cousin, who is Kay and Crusha? Crusha and Kay are mother and daughter. Kay Woodcock and Larry are husband and wife. They are the grandparents of JJ Vallow. If you Google Lori and Chad Daybell Vallow, you will see that her 2 children were murdered. And the way they were murdered was awful. They believe that JJ passed of asphyxiation, and was the last picture he was seen in was his red pajamas, and that's what he was found in on Chad Daybell's property, and that's what I'll leave it at. So, with that being said, that's her grandson. That's her grandbaby that was murdered and left in a field. Like trash. I just can't. So anyhow, this is Lori's family, and Kay and Crusha are family to Charles Vallow, which is who Lori was married to. and he was also murdered. Charles Vallow is Kay's brother. He also had a huge life insurance policy, and he changed it from Lori's name to Kay's name, and he was murdered shortly after. Right, by your cousin and her husband and her brother. Your other cousin, Alex, I'm pretty sure that's how that goes, right? Or no? Pretty sure Alex is her cousin too. Very odd. Very odd.
Not to come within 500 feet of petitioner, her immediate and extended family, coworkers, employees, or place of business.
Coworkers, family, or place of business. So you're really trying to limit places for her to go.
To cease and desist any and all online activity and communications, direct or indirect, relating to or referencing the petitioner, her family, her coworkers, or professional associates. The CSI clearly states that violation of these orders is a criminal Class A misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail and a fine, with a second or subsequent violation resulting in more severe penalties. So now we get into the violations of the civil stalking injunction. Despite being
And actually, it makes me wonder if this civil stalking injunction held any water or weight, being it was in Colorado. CrimeCon was in Colorado, right? Or was it in Nevada? Was it in Colorado or Nevada? Here we go. Blaze, here we go. Charles Vallow was Lori's husband, Kay's brother, and Cresh's uncle. JJ was adopted by Kay first, and then Charles and Lori because they were younger. So there we go. Yes, Denver, Colorado. So the stalking injunction was actually filed in Utah, right? So if it's filed in Utah and the judge grants it in Utah, is it any good in Colorado? Yes, it is. Okay. Just curious. Didn't look into it. Didn't know. Just asking.
served with the CSI on September 4th, accepted by her husband, who confirmed he would inform her. Respondent has engaged in multiple willful violations of the court's orders as documented in the petitioner's second declaration and supporting exhibits.
Which, yes, Brianna, you are right. Yes, ma'am. The order has expired. She withdrew the permanent. They're citing a moot document, and as reporters, every single one of them knows they're doing it. There is no injunction, period. End of. Boom. Wishful thinking, member for 24 months. So what, you can't think for yourself? That for Megan, yeah, that's, I know, I was kind of thinking that too. You got your golden bee today, Biddy Bop. Diana Fowler says there are many people with this victim mentality. What is going on with these grown-ass people? How about if you don't like something, don't look at it? I mean, sticks and stones, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Let's see here. Megan grew up with Lori, and Lori was in her wedding. Megan lived with Lori and Adam after high school. Gotcha.
Violation of online activity prohibition.
So basically, she reads over this, goes over the audio. She is simping hard as hell
when we get finally to court for the full hearing, which we thought was going to happen today.
And not only that, after hearing this, she listens to the audio herself. Oh, Alex, not Adam. She listens to her this whole court proceeding, and still doesn't understand that what's going on right now is not stalking. Just like the judge said, it's not stalking. So, long story short, Megan is really into sticking up for Lauren, but has not watched anything or listened to anything that Kay has said. This is an open panel channel also, so anyone is welcome. I will go pin the link. Anyone is welcome to come on panel and speak your mind or speak on the topic. I'm going to go get Awen's live stream real quick. Or Awen, I'm not sure how you say it. I know I probably sound like I'm just crushing it here. I don't know. I don't know this community very well as far as like creators and members go. So let me see here. I'll pin the link there. So there's that. And let's go get this live real quick. I know a lot of people are still over at Jay's, so when she gets done or they get the notifications, I'm sure they'll be over. Hold on, Megan is on the outside of the Vallow family, and Lauren gave her attention. I think she's being taken advantage of. Just Samantha, I think you're right. Also, this was interesting as well. I don't know if you guys seen this or not, but I thought this was pretty fucking interesting here. It says the fake juror. Let me go grab this channel real quick. So this is called the fake juror, and it actually has notes that Grayson wrote that are very similar to the juror's notes. Check this out. The unsolved juror's notes.
And he says, and this is what I shared on my lunch live earlier. He states, I saw my parents that morning. My sister came over and they all wanted to go to lunch. But I opted for a 6-pack instead, and I drank 3 beers. I went home, I bundled up a lot. And then once I got on the trail, I saw the girls and I followed the girls. I did something with a gun. I figured that's where the bullet fell out. And he says, and this is what I shared on my lunch live earlier. He states, I saw my parents that morning. My sister came over and they all wanted to go to lunch. But I opted for a 6-pack instead, and I drank 3 beers. I went home, I bundled up a lot. And then once I got on the trail, I saw the girls and I followed the girls. I did something with a gun. I figured that's where the bullet fell out. I ordered them.
So the channel is called The Fake Juror. And they look an awful lot like Grayson's notes. Pretty interesting. But we're going to go over Awen's live real quick and play this. Because I think it's interesting. Also, Tragedy Pimps Exposed did a good live. If you guys want to go watch this, I will play a little bit of it, and then you guys can go watch the rest of it because it is an hour long. So it looks like it's 52 minutes long. So I'm not going to play all of it. But again, like I said, I'll play a little bit of it and drop her link. And you guys are welcome to go check out the rest of it when you get time.
Hey, it's me, TPE, and welcome to another video. I've got some clips for you. We are not going through this whole thing, but just a few clips about this hidden true crime situation that I wanted to commentate on. Let's do it!
This video is fair use. It is transformative and is protected under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allows the need for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, reporting, teaching, and more.
So this first clip doesn't need too much introduction, but we're going to start off with the Glarer and his take. Well, this is the first time that he spoke about this situation. He also did a live about this a couple days later, but yeah, here's just the first part where he first mentioned it briefly, and I found it very interesting, especially considering who he knows and who he's friends with. So this is the stream that I found it on. It is from October 17th, and I'll give you the link in the description. Here we go.
But yeah, I had brought up something, and I'm getting some backlash about, which I love when that happens, especially when I know I'm right.
Okay, well, apparently he has brought it up before this. I must have missed that. But anyway, this one I found very intriguing, so let's hear it.
It's so yeah, this person named Hidden True Crime just did a 9.5-hour live stream the night before last. And when everything that I can talk about comes out, I'll go over it. I'm not going to go over 9.5 hours of a live stream, but I'm going to go over just the other side of that story that shows that 9.5 hours was just basically, as I understand it, that 9.5-hour stream was her getting in front of something that is about to become very public. There's a whole, you'll get it, Olivia, you'll get it eventually. I don't have permission to pull the trigger on that just yet. But it's pretty outrageous, man. It's pretty freaking outrageous. Like, it's wild. A little bit of drama involved, but mostly like my major interest in it is I love when people try to like act like they're victims when they're not. That's my favorite in the world. It's just my favorite shit in the world. So yeah, just as I like to say, people, little low heat and patience is how you cook the eggs and bacon, folks.
Little low heat and patience is how you cook the eggs and bacon, folks.
Low heat and patience. That's how you cook the eggs and bacon. Yeah, there's here's the thing is there's a lot of like major like news networks. I mean, I wouldn't say news networks, but big true crime networks that are privy to all of this. So when they start to talk about it, I'll know that that it'll be fair game for me to talk about.
Scandal.
But I just don't want to out certain people. Some people might want to remain private through all that, but it's pretty up. it's so messed up. And I mean, just the first red flag, people, is a 9.5-hour live. That's not a fundraiser. That's a first red flag. 9.5 hours to explain oneself. This is very, very telling to me. So today there was a okay, here we go. I love this. Hold on. She definitely has a stalker. The bullying is disgusting. Adults need to act like adults. Okay. All I'm saying is there's more to that story. That's all I'm saying. There's a lot more to that story. That's all. I'm not saying this person didn't stalk her. I'm not saying that this person didn't bully her, depending on what your definition of that shit is. But I'm saying there's definitely significantly more to that story. So just keep your ear to the grindstone.
All right, so now we're going to listen to a few things from Lauren's 9-hour live stream. We're not going to go through that whole thing, but here's a few things that stood out to me. I think we listened to a lot of dramatics. I think that a lot of her evidence, in quotations, had nothing to do with Christina, who was the person she was trying to take the PO out on and stalking order. But a lot of her evidence was relating to other people and emails that she didn't know where they came from. Basically, Christina did these TikToks, okay? Not everyone loved the TikToks, but plenty of people go on TikTok and talk about their exes, their ex-friends. Go search story time on TikTok and tell me what you see. It's all people talking about other people, usually in a negative light. So it's pretty common over there on them TikTok streets. But some of the things that I heard her say, her meaning Lauren, were very dramatic and very much, it seems to me, like she's way too involved in some of these cases, getting very close to victims, and now she's using these victims. You'll see.
Because I want to say this, I am proud of the work I did on the Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell case. More proud about that than any other thing in probably my life minus my family. I feel like I did really good work. Proud work. And as it ends, I am being dubbed dark. Isn't that ironic? Think of the irony of that. We see that happen a lot.
Let's see how many people she compares herself to. It's interesting and manipulative.
Right, Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively do a movie about domestic abuse, and all of a sudden, the scandal and accusations behind the scenes, it's like the case plays out in real life. And here I am, with my heart and soul, in the Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell case, leaving my dying brother's bedside to cover the victim.
Look, lady, that was no one's choice but yours. It seems to me that you're trying to make yourself look like some sort of hero to these people, and you just treat them so well. I think it's inappropriate AF that you have inserted yourself this far in with these families and victims. You literally call them your victims. Ma'am, you're a tragedy pimp. You're using them. You're making money on them. And based on the way you've been speaking about your victims and all that you do for them, it leads me to believe that the rumors may be true. Perhaps you did say horrible things about these victims and families behind the scenes. So that's just my opinion, but that's where my mind is going. And I think you're using those victims right now to emotionally manipulate your audience.
Oh, and this is ironic. I had tickets to CrimeCon in Nashville. I didn't go because I wouldn't leave the victims during that verdict time. So I gave the irony. Remember how I met my stalker at that trial? I gave her my CrimeCon ticket. So she's okay, guys. She got to go last year because of me. So we're good.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't pay for that ticket, because we now found out that it was free. It was given to you. So you gave away your free ticket so that you could stay with the victims. And let's not kid ourselves here. You go there for the money. That's your job. You get paid. You're not there for the victims. You're there to get paid.
And now I'm dark. Every victim in the Daybell case has been called, not that they're believing it. I'm being told that I am bad. I'm evil. I'm a witch. I am not. And I'm sick of having to defend myself. And I question, what did I do? I'm having Grayson spend 60 hours going over 6 years of text messages. What have I said? I'm writing apology notes into thin air, not even really knowing what for. Or if I need to, I'm feeling terrible.
Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Did y'all just catch that? Did y'all just catch what she said? Because I sure as fuck didn't until just now. Take it back, Jack.
My husband mentioned that. I question, what did I do? I'm having Grayson spend 60 hours going over 6 years of text messages. What have I?
I'm having Grayson spend 60 hours going over your text messages for the last 6 years? Are you fucking kidding me? Back her on up, Terry Lynn. Back her on up. 60 fucking hours? Are you fucking joking me? Damn near 3 days going through your fucking text messages just to see what you did wrong. Girl, bye. Oh my God.
I said, I'm writing apology notes into thin air, not even really knowing what for. Or if I need to. I'm feeling terrible.
Prepare yourself for this one. Wait till you hear who she compares herself to.
Anyway, I'm not dark. You know who else was outspoken and said things as she called it? Tylee. And that's what I do.
Girl, bye. Girl, bye. No, you did not. She really just compared herself to Tylee? Are you kidding me? Wow. I gotta hear this shit again.
Off too.
Anyway.
Wow.
I'm not dark. You know who else was outspoken and said things as she called it? Tylee. And that's what I do.
How dare you compare yourself to Tylee Ryan? She is a victim. She is gone now. How dare you? You remind me of someone else that we cover on here, who always makes themselves the victim. And look at you using victims at the same time. That's not a good look, Lauren. Not a good look. And I think it says a lot about who you are.
Anyway, I'm not dark. You know who else was outspoken and said things as she called it? Tylee. And that's what I do. And if you're seeing some of my private message and a text message, you're going to see it. Anyway, I have no idea how long crime found out. No idea. I do not hurt people's businesses. I do not talk poorly of victims behind the scenes. So let's play what I think is happening. Why is everyone piling on me? Because of this. And so what can you guys do? Learn about group bullying.
Well, since we already saw your manipulation tactic with regards to that bullying video, I found this other video that I thought was interesting, and I wanted to learn a bit more about narcissism.
Well. Hey, Lori, how are you, baby?
Hey, I'm great. It's my birthday today, 62 years old. Not to toot my own horn, but
hey, you know what? That's it. At least you're here, baby doll. Happy birthday.
Thank you. And I just, poor I'm just going to say this. Poor Grayson. I don't know if you recognize the dark circles under her eyes, but can you imagine?
But listen, I told her, go home to your family, baby. You need to take a break. You need to go home to your family. I know they don't understand this YouTube shit, and they don't need to go home to your family.
Oh,
be thankful they don't, and go home to your family for a couple days, couple weeks, even just even if you go for a week. Take some time off and go home, baby.
Absolutely.
Go give your mom a hug. Go lay down in your fucking bed. Go sleep for a day. What the 60 fucking hours going through Lauren's messages because she's having a fucking meltdown? Are you joking me right now?
And the things just to have to be exposed to whatever the F Lauren was doing in the background, and then to have to.
Well, then you see
there ain't enough mental
Rabbit did a video.
health
Did you
medication.
See Rabbit did a video and took it down? Rabbit did a video and took it down where she found a bunch of names that she found a Reddit post.
Yeah, I caught that. Heard of it.
A bunch of names attached to it. Snark channel names.
Yeah. You know what? It might be my internet. I live in a very busy area, so I don't know if I lost you or you lost me.
No, I hear you, baby.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought I was talking over the top of you. Yeah, that was just, well, and Annie Elise, I guess some of these semi-professionals, I'll call them, they do some F shit, man, behind the scenes. It sounds like there's a whole industry behind the true crime. It's like, well, lots of views, lots of, money to be had, but let's fuel this too. Lauren just said it, something about a real life playing out in real life.
Yes, it is in here. B. Tim says Rabbit got an email from Grayson and that she made a video about it. Hold on. Rabbit got an email from Grayson. She just made a video about it in response to the video that was taken down. Oh, good deal. Okay, so yeah, I was gonna say I know that she said she got a message from Annie. I think, or one of the girls said that she used the snark names, something about snark. I don't know what they are, channels or names or whatever it's called, to take the usernames. Basically, so that nobody else could go in there and use those names or whatever, or take those names, I guess. I don't know how Reddit really works. I'm not on Reddit. I don't really know much about it, but
yeah, I read some posts, but I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. So to be honest, I really can't say one way or another how it works, but I guess Annie went to her too as well, and or emailed her back and said, hey, from my knowledge, nothing was ever commented with those names. Like she never used them. She just took the names to keep people from using them, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something along
there's something about right, the TOS of Reddit. Some way they have to be worded or something. That's the drift I got.
Well, Runs all I took from Rabbit's video was proof Grayson worked for Annie, nothing else.
Yeah.
True. Which we already knew because Annie already said that. I mean, all these girls worked for these other girls. You know what I mean? They've all done work for him.
See, I knew none of that, It is a total industry. I mean,
okay, basically Grayson was Grayson was asked to create a Stark account so they couldn't use it to criticize her. Why? I guess why does it matter, B Tim? Like what does it matter on Reddit? Is it like, do you have to have certain names to say something, or?
Yeah, I'm beginning to think there's a whole industry behind just some of these platforms, because they're influencers, so they want to influence us to act, feel, and think a certain way. Oh, wow.
Oh, it's to control the snark?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right. Well, that's what it is then, I guess. I don't really fucking know, to be honest with you. All right, back into it. Ready to jump back into it? You sticking up here? You stay?
Okay. Yeah, I'll stay for, if I lose connection though, it's because I'm really in an odd spot. So yeah, I'll stay until I can't, if you don't mind. Thanks. I'll mute.
B Tips says snark is like a make fun of and criticize account. So if you don't like someone, you make a snark. She took the name so those that don't like her can't use it. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I see what you mean now. So it's like if you wanted to stop someone making a Reddit account on you, would ask me to make a Reddit in your name and stop others from posting. Got it. Okay. It'd be like, hey, go take these usernames so nobody else does. Because I mean, that's not shit, really. I mean, I can't be mad at her for that. That's pretty much just, it is what it is. I do know Web Sleuth said she's going live tonight and shit's hitting the fan. So I'm not sure what that's about. I like Trisha. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm guessing Grayson's probably gonna say something or come. I don't. Maybe Lauren. I don't know. Maybe nobody. Fuck. I really don't know. I haven't talked to her. I just know the title of her live says shit's hitting the fan tonight at 9:30.
Wow.
my time. I'm Central Time, so I don't
Central.
know.
Yeah, me too.
So do your own time zone deal, but you know what I'm saying.
Got it.
So let's just listen to the one I found.
Let's talk about it in terms of sort of the key kinds of pillars, if you will. It's a person who lacks empathy, who's really entitled, meaning that they expect special treatment to be given to them, but nobody else. They're very grandiose. They harbor huge fantasies. They only want to affiliate with people they think are as cool or as interesting as they are.
My, this sounds familiar. I mean, I'm sure we all know someone that's like this.
They're very superficial. They're very concerned about their appearance, the appearance of people around them. I always think of them as beautiful facades with not a lot behind them. They don't regulate their emotions very well. They're very prone to throwing tantrums.
I mean, this is pretty spot on for the person I was thinking of. I think we all know some people like this. But let's hear that part one more time, just because I liked it.
They don't regulate their emotions very well. They're very prone to throwing tantrums, getting angry very quickly, especially if they don't get their way. And they can be really hypersensitive to criticism. They're willing to dole it out, but they absolutely can't take it. So those are some of the key elements we see in a person who's narcissistic.
So let's watch this recent video that Lori Hollis decided to put out. Was it last week? Yeah, I was sent it by a victim of mine. It said, heads up.
A victim of mine is what she said there. Are you just a collector of victims? An exploiter of victims as you collect them? Do you say things behind their backs that aren't very nice? Just a question, because I'm not really sure. It's just what I've heard. But I guess we're going to find out at some point. I mean, I would imagine. This scandal certainly doesn't seem to be over.
I thank them for sending it. Can you see it? Oh. Okay. Do not go bully this woman, please, or just do anything to her. Do not.
Hi, everybody. I want to talk today on this recording about a little true crime community drama. Air out our dirty laundry, so to speak.
Wait, when was this again? A week and a half ago.
There is a particular YouTube creator who is stirring up lots of drama by weaponizing the law and law enforcement to target her competition.
And that would be Lauren, obviously. All right, let's keep going, Lori. By the way, Lori is a lawyer, so she does seem to know what she's talking about.
I don't know what she's talking about.
I don't know what she's talking about.
She can't do that. You know how I know? Because I studied the Constitution and defamation law in law school. Remember, I'm a lawyer. So let's talk about defamation and free speech.
I don't really dig how she says, remember, I'm a lawyer.
Yeah, she definitely and I like Lori.
I do,
But
I've seen,
yeah,
I mean,
she
I don't know.
takes her credentials seriously.
You know what? I don't blame her because it's a lot of hard work. Sweet one, thank you for dropping 10 memberships on us. I appreciate that. Thank you for showing love to the new Bumbles. Sheba did 5 memberships as well. Please tell her thank you if you guys got one. Let's see here. Floppy Pants says, as someone who doesn't live in America and knows almost nothing about the LDS, please can you explain the whole I'm being called dark thing? So, yeah, baby, give me just a minute. I sure will. Aussie Trisha gifted 10 memberships. Thank you so much for dropping 10 memberships. If you guys got one, please tell her thank you. Justice for Alyssa dropped 20 memberships. Thank you so much, Biddy. I appreciate you doing that. And if you guys got one, please make sure you guys tell her thank you. You got me, baby. You got me. She's been busy doing her stuff. I know we've been busy doing ours. And B Tim, are you busy? Why don't you come up here? Where you at? B Tim says, meaning you are evil, I guess, when they say you are dark. And when basically when they say you're dark, it means you have like a dark spirit, you're dark, you're evil, you're as Lori says, a zombie, or I guess
Right.
as Chad Daybell says.
Right. Yeah, he's the one that came up with this. Their little cult.
Oh, okay. No, you're busy. It's okay, but I know you got to work and stuff. I know you got stuff going on. Thank you for even popping in. You know what I mean? Having a little time to pop in the chat. Anyways. Oh, thank you, Miss Melissa, for the $50 super sticker. Says, missed you, mama. You know what? We've been covering this Lori stuff too. It's been kind of crazy. Lauren, I said Lori. I'm talking about Lori Hello because she's on the screen. This Lauren Matthias stuff. It goes a little deeper than I even thought. Actually, and to be honest with you guys, I don't talk about religion or politics over here. Someone that you can go to get a better understanding who talks more about this and more in depth about this is Nonsense. Nonsense on the web is her channel name. She goes over the religious aspects and things that go on in the like with LDS and the Mormons and things like that, because I don't really know too much about it. I try not to get into it, and I don't want to speak on something I know absolutely nothing about.
Yeah, it's tough because it's almost more of a cultural. I mean, it's a religious aspect, but it's almost like the Jewish people. You know, there are Jewish people, and then there's the Jewish religion. So not all Jewish people practice Judaism.
Yeah. So yeah, it's
and so there's varying degrees of Mormons. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to know more in depth about that kind of stuff, you can go over to Nonsense on the web. She kind of she goes more in depth with it, talks about it, explains things, questions. I mean, stitching QB next time the knock, sit down with them. No, ain't gonna do that.
No.
And they probably wouldn't want to sit down with me either. I don't know. I think they'd probably say, I don't really appreciate the smell of that skunk. Could you please scooch over? And matter of fact, I'll talk to you from over here. I mean, the girls were really nice that were good, you know, knocking at the damn abandoned house across the damn street. God, man. Beat him. We are still waiting for Schmo to come back. He said he would come back after he watched the 9-hour live. Beats him, you know he ain't coming back.
I bet you Trisha will have him on tonight.
You know he ain't coming back, baby. Now, come on. Melissa, Justice for Alyssa says, I know I've been trying to catch up. You know what I got going on over here. I'll be off work for 10 days soon with feet planted here. I know that's right, Biddy. I know that's right. You've been busy, though. Tell you what, I've been busy, too. Trying to get stuff done before wintertime.
No. I hear that. Oh, I did want to make...
What, baby? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I just wanted to... So when this all came out, and it was mentioned that Lauren got a copy of the manuscript. And I'm like, wow, that's weird, because Lori Hellas, I was part of her newsletter. And so Lori Hellas had stated at one time that she was going to, you know, if you were interested in receiving a copy of her manuscript, that, you know, to speak up and she would get us. But now, and at the time I thought, God, that's odd. Why would you do that? Why would you send out your manuscript of your book to people that you would actually hope would buy it? Well, I bet you it was in response to what Lauren did. Because if Lauren's trying to affect her book sales by handing it out to her group, and this was all after Lori and Lauren stopped partnering together. And I just thought, as a business move, I thought, God, that seems odd. But I bet, and they kept it very private. At least I had no idea, and I thought I was a pretty good participant of their communities. But whoa, now I know why she may have done it, to try and get better reviews to offset any bad reviews Lauren might. Wow. Like I said, it's a whole game. That's all.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Yeah, B-Tim, we went over the hidden true crime releasing the attorney and Murdoch's call where they asked her not to and she did it anyways. Yeah. Yep, we went over that. That's crazy that she even did that. And I don't know why she did that. Burnt says Joe is a liar. He said one thing on the panel and another in the court docs. Yes, he did. And JR, I was gonna say I did see that this morning on Jay's. But it was 6 months ago. I also seen a comment where Body Moving said no, it was 6 months ago. So the video that Jay was showing was 6 months prior to. So so anyways, we knew they were friends then. It was only 6 months ago. So we knew they were friends then. Because I mean, we already knew that. Stitching with the sisters. My friend said you don't know someone who knows Trisha. Hold on. My friend said, don't you know someone who knows Trisha to tell her to be quiet and just do her true crime? Lots less. Divine intervention heals. Divine intervention, baby. Listen, I ain't getting in all that. B-Tim, where is the second photo that Joe took that is on exhibit number 2? He didn't say he had a number. Listen, B-Tim.
Didn't he take like 6 pictures, he said? Or 4? Or...
We want to see the second one. Where is it, Joe Schmo? Paul, aka Paul, Joe Schmo, Paul.
The U.S. Constitution in all 50 states protects speech. Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. That's in our First Amendment. Free speech is so important that there are literally hundreds of cases reiterating the right of citizens to speak freely. Now, the courts have put some guardrails up around speech. For example, you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. It's not a violation of your free speech to prohibit obscene content from being distributed to people under 18, and you can't threaten someone with violence. However, in 2023 in Counterman versus Colorado, the U.S. Supreme Court wrote, although true threats of violence are outside the bounds of the First Amendment protection, the First Amendment requires proof that the defendant had some subjective understanding of the threatening nature of their statement. In other words, it's not enough for the complainer to say they felt threatened.
So I would prefer you go watch the rest of Lori's video on her channel. I will link that in the description for you. And she had a lot of very smart things to say. Why Lauren chose to play that video, I don't know. But she is trying to use that in her evidence, it seems. So, as I said before, a lot of the things that she's put in her exhibits are about other people, not the person she's taking the PO out on. It makes no sense. Here she's talking about Christina, who she refers to as the stalker, with no paperwork saying that she's a stalker. So let's listen to some of that and how she's trying to tie other people into it.
Oh, like where she's getting this info, where she's resurfacing with all of this. And it's like unending. And it's like she finishes talking to one person and she finds someone else wanting to listen and tells them. And then actually, like I said, ask this woman to be a witness at this stalking injunction.
And see, I don't see what's wrong with that. Why doesn't she have a right to call witnesses who have witnessed what's happened with the situation? That's her right. I don't understand the total self-entitlement here that you, Lauren, are having.
I just want this person, this stalker, to go away.
Well, wouldn't that be nice if we could just shut up every person who has critical things to say about us and who have hurt our feelings? But you hurt people's feelings? Do you think you should have to just shut up and go away? Should people just be able to file frivolous court paperwork on you? How would you feel about that? And it cost you a boatload of money to defend yourself. It's not how it works. The entitlement is real.
And if people are hearing things, because this is a whisper campaign, it is not true. Look for evidence. And am I afraid about my business? She said, I'm worried about my business. And
she said, this is a whisper campaign. Come here, baby. Let me whisper in your ear. That song, I'm done. That's it.
Sing it again, Queen.
And my followers and my Kush lifestyle. Kush lifestyle, no. My business, yeah. But my heart and soul has built this business with my husband. It's our family livelihood and for my little boy. And I'm proud. And I believe that we bring something different and that we bring something good to the true crime community. And I don't want to lose that.
Then what I would say to that is maybe try not being such a bitch. Try treating your friends, former friends, colleagues with respect. And don't stab them in the back. Don't talk about them behind their back. Don't talk about witnesses negatively behind their backs, if that's true. That's the rumor.
Scandal.
But for now, we'll just wait and see. I do want to say that I have no doubt that this has been stressful and overwhelming for Lauren. Perhaps not as stressful as she has made it seem. Or at least, maybe it's stressful in a different way than has been portrayed. I did do a video regarding the Joe Schmo situation, and I do think they set her up. Yeah, we'll get there. Because it looks like good old Mr. Joe Schmo locked himself into a hole. He really did contradict himself. And do check out that video when you get a chance. It's on my channel.
And I also want to be able to report.
Again, Tragedy Pimps exposed her. This is whose channel this is. This is her live. I was only going to play a little bit of it so you guys could check it out. She does a really good job and a really good breakdown. Blissful Bish, I see you, baby. I see you. What's up? You having a good day today, baby? What's going on? You over there pissing BJ off today? And no, it's not BJ from Surprise Witness. Somebody did ask me that the other day. No, it is not her. I have a lot of respect for BJ Surprise Witness. It is not her. We're talking about BJ Stanky Leg. Totally different. Totally different locale. Totally different locale. Another locale that filed a fucking frivolous RO on husband and wife creators because she didn't like to be talked about and called out. So yes, I was going to sing the whisper song to you guys. Come here, baby. Let me whisper in your ear.
Support and peace and continue making and doing good work without the incessant wonder and fear of this person I hardly know, coercive control, intimidation, and other people just consistently and constantly. I don't know. So after months and months and months, I felt this was my only choice, especially after yesterday. So when it was approved, media in the courtroom for the stalker, for Lori Ellis.
You see, I happen to think you called it off for a different reason. And I think that reason is because of what the judge said at your last hearing. I mean, maybe partly to do with law and crime and the fact that all of this would have come out. I mean, there could have been depositions, and in depositions, what if your text messages came out? That's possible. Whatever you're hiding would have come out. And that's scary. And I have no doubt that Lauren, you, whoever I'm talking to, that you're stressed out from whatever this is. You could very well be as stressed out as you say you are. And that makes sense, depending on what's in the text messages or what these people know about you, what you've done. We don't know yet. Well, some people apparently know. I don't know. But regardless, I do think it's probably scary to live like that. And I can't imagine how fearful you must be and the anxiety that comes with that. I believe it.
There it is at the media, proof 4. You know, you guys have heard everything. And here's the thing, if you go to docket, all the things I read to you, they're still private. Isn't that wonderful? They are still private. Yes, but it's because I withdrew. If we went through, those things would then be made public because media was approved. So I'm going to finish. I can't believe it. I thought this was going to be long. Never could I have ever imagined that we thought it would be this long.
As you can tell, I chose to clip her near the end. One, I thought that maybe some people hadn't quite made it that far in the stream, being that it was over 9 hours. And two, she kind of summed up some of the stuff, so I thought that was interesting. And that's also the part where she started comparing herself to victims, which I found very strange and very convenient and very manipulative. So let's keep listening and see what we get. I may end up deleting part of it, and let's just see what we got. But do know there's a lot more to come because this is just the beginning. I have plenty more clips where this came from. Oh, and she's not done. It kind of sounded like she was done, but of course she's not.
This has been months and months and months. And if I was going to do this, we do it right. Thumbs up. We did it. I'm proud of you. So I wrote a journal entry this morning because we were processing how we were going to do this. How are we going to pull this off? We've been spending days getting this together yesterday, today. And I thought I need to do something. And so I wrote this, and then I was going to ad-lib everything like I've been doing, but I'm going to read this. I wrote it today. I'm going to read it.
And you guys tell me, do you think this sounds like a journal entry? When I heard it, I was like, it sounds a lot more like something you would write for damage control, you know, like preparing for damage control. Kind of similar to the whole crying on the bed situation. That, to me, didn't seem very natural. And the reason I say that is not just because of what was being done in that video or what was happening in that video, but while she's doing that video, and I'm not going to play that video on here, you guys have probably seen it 100 times, but one of the things that caught my attention was when she said, and guys, as if she's talking to people. Like, who are you recording this for? I thought this was some sort of natural breakdown that just happened to happen on your bed, and Grayson just happened to be there with a camera. But then you're saying, guys, and you're talking to people, whoever that may be, in the video. So this just seems like another one of those situations, to me, in my opinion, some type of planned, I don't know what you'd call it, damage control? I don't know. I'm no expert, but let's.
So yeah, this is TPE. She's done a very good job at doing a breakdown on what was going on, and people are seeing right through Lauren's bullshit, right through it.
Yeah. I'm amazed, but I shouldn't be. Leakage.
I'm gonna go get the video that Awen did, or Awen. I'm not sure how you say her name. I hate to say it like that because I'm probably butchering the hell out of it.
I think or I've heard other people call her Awen, but.
Awen? Okay,
yeah.
Good. So she did a response video, and it's really good. It's really, really a good video. So I'm not going to do all of it again. We'll just listen to some of it, and I will link you guys so you can go over and watch it. I did put it in the chat. It's got 14,000 views on it and over 900 comments. So I think this is a great time to listen to this for those of you guys who have not had a chance to hear it. I'll play
time on my videos, especially.
Oh, sorry. I will play some of it, and then I will again stop in the middle, and you guys can go finish off playing the rest of it so she can get her view and comment and whatever else you guys want to say to her. Because I know people like to respond or leave a comment. So I will link her channel in the description, and I always forget it, so I'll go back and try to get it done. But we will also link it in the chat as well.
So today, this video is specifically for Lauren Mathias and her husband John. I'm not calling you Dr. John because after your gaslighting, psychobabble, Darvo nonsense the other night in your response, I'm not calling you doctor because, nah, we're not playing that. Also, Lauren, the reason I'm doing this video is because you clearly watched Kresh's video last night, and you decided to copyright strike her.
Yes, she decided to copyright strike Kresha. So when I played Kresha...
Okay, Duke, we know you have your thoughts on this whole subject.
So yeah, I'm going to play this real fast. Here we go. I slowed it down. I had it on 1.25, but I think it's too fast. So I'll leave it like this. You guys let me know.
Silencing Kay Woodcock and Kresha. Again. Are you nuts? Well, that's a question for Dr. John. So I'm going to talk to you about some things. Girl, this conversation has been a long time coming, hasn't it? I'm kind of excited. How do I want to start with this? I have a lot to say, so get comfy, all right? Also, That song is a song that I paid a whole lot of money for. That's my theme song. You can't strike me on that. You can't strike me on the music playing now because I got that from Kevin MacLeod. So let's not try the copyright striking crap. That's not gonna work. I'm not gonna put your picture on the screen because I don't want to upset you or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna talk to you. I would be on camera. I'm not on camera. This is an old video of me that I'm playing in the background because I don't have a camera anymore. Because all those years ago, when you came at me then, I walked away. I threw out my camera. I threw out everything. I don't have my ring lights. I don't have any of my makeup. I just got rid of it all because I quit YouTube altogether. I'm back now, a little behind the 8 ball because I don't have all of my great software and microphones and all that thing. So there will be some noises, probably some mouth noises. I have allergies and I'm on all kinds of allergy meds. You know how that goes.
That's okay, because guess what? We use laptops and phones over here too, girl. You ain't got to worry about that. We ain't gonna judge you not on any of that, okay? Okay, I want you to know that, Awen, if you're around and you're listening or you come back and you listen for a replay, we ain't judging you on none of this. I'm just proud of you for coming out and saying what you need to say.
So my mouth is really dry. Nothing I can do about it. I don't have the time or energy to sit here and edit every mouth noise out of this video. So I apologize for that. I know how annoying that is. But see if you can get past it and hear the words that I'm saying. All right, here we go. Lauren. Girl, let's talk. I'm going to talk to you today as if I would approach a young teenage girl who's just trying to find her way in life and getting all kinds of caught up in drama from school. Maybe you want to date the boy, get him to take you to the dance, so you tell a few white lies here and there, you know, little manipulations. I'm pretty sure that was probably you back then. But you didn't learn some lessons. Okay, you didn't. People just did not tell you how the world works before they threw you out into it. And clearly we're seeing the ramifications of that today. So let's start with your 9-hour live stream. All right, I watched it, and man, you want to talk about torturous interference? It's actually tortious interference, but you kept saying torturous, and after sitting through that for 9 hours, that was pretty dang torturous. Let me tell you, don't do that again. It doesn't take 9 hours to say anything. All right, don't do that again. That was bad. But let's talk about why you did that in the first place, okay? Because I was listening to the entire 9 hours waiting for you to get to the point of the actual stalking. I was giving you the benefit of the doubt, all right? I was like, wow, is she really being stalked? Huh, I know who I thought you were talking about, but turned out it was totally someone different. I'd never even heard of Christina. So, all right, I went on a little learning expedition. But you did that live stream torturously, and you never got to an example of stalking. All you had was that she had made a couple TikToks that you didn't like, that you thought she was being mean to you in. And so I said, okay, I better know what I'm talking about, so I better go look at these TikToks. I watched every single one of her TikToks. And yeah, clearly she's angry with you. You hurt her badly. You upset her a lot. And she's voicing that. She doesn't really call you out by name, so she could be talking about all kinds of people. She probably has more than one ex-friend. You're probably not the only one on the planet. Sorry to burst your bubble. But they could be about you, or they could be about someone else. So I'm sitting here thinking, huh, that's kind of weird. Now, some of her videos are a little bit more direct as far as she's talking about you, like the whole brother thing. I'm sorry to bring that up. I know that's a very sore topic, but that was the only video that made me know that she was exactly talking about you. None of the others, really. So I'm not seeing a big stalking thing here. And then you said, well, she showed up at CrimeCon. Okay, she bought tickets before you did. How is that stalking? You can't preemptively stalk someone by buying a ticket to go somewhere where you don't know if they're going to show up or not, right? So no, that's not stalking. And then you had her kicked out of CrimeCon. That was low. That was a low blow. And then the bar, if you knew she was there first, you should have left. Okay, the adult thing to do in that situation is to leave and go somewhere else, not try and have her kicked out. So I'm not seeing any stalking. I really looked, because I wanted to believe you, because I believe in believing victims. I did a whole podcast on surviving narcissistic abuse. And yeah, I tend to err on the side of the victims. You're not the victim here, sweetheart. I'm sorry. I know you think you are, okay? And this is something that maybe you need a different psychologist to talk to you about. I'm not a psychologist, but I'm questioning Dr. John at the moment after the things I've heard him say. So, you weren't stalked. All right, I'm sorry you think you are. I'm sorry you feel that you are, because that's not a good feeling. I get that. But she just did not stalk you. The judge told you that himself. We heard the court audio. I didn't know if you know that was out there. I'm sure you know now, but we heard it. The judge told you. That's not stalking. All right, you can't silence someone or try to have them arrested or with an ankle monitor because they don't like you. All right, maybe what you should do is stop and say, why don't they like me? And do a little introspection. All right, so I'm on Christina's side insofar as she was not stalking you. So if you can get your head around that, you're really going to have a better time with things. Right, so that's your first thing to consider. Next, what I want you to think about is the Streisand effect. Surely you've heard of that. Surely John knows what that is. Okay? When you call attention to an issue, sometimes you make a much, much bigger issue out of it. I would never have heard of any of this if you hadn't done that 9-hour live stream. Right? There are a whole lot of people right now on the planet who have heard of you that have never heard of you before. And that saying of, any sort of attention is good attention, nah, that's not real true. That does not always work. It's not working for you now. All right, so the 9-hour live stream was a monumental mistake. Blaming the fact that you had to do this live stream on law and crime, another huge mistake. Monumental mistake, all right? You are a true crime YouTuber, right? What do you talk about on your channel? Crimes, deaths, murders, investigations, court hearings, right? So if something is going to court, right there, that's right up your alley. That's something you would cover. If it was some other YouTuber, maybe if it was me going to court, you would put that all over your channel. You would love the chance to do that, no matter what it did to me. See? So you're calling for this double standard. You're being pretty darn hypocritical. It's not working for you. Okay? You gotta hear me. It's not working for you. And then, of course, after the 9-hour live stream, it got picked up by a lot of people. Even Turtle Boy. I mean, you're in some hot water when Turtle Boy is drawing McArches on his forehead. Yeah, I can't help you with that. You're on your own. But you got a lot of attention, and none of it good. I don't know what would possess you to do another live stream. Now, first you did the Patreon one. That's kind of scuzzy, but whatever.
Well, I'm sure she'll be back. I can't see any of the chat. God, I almost feel like reality wins here. I feel like a sitting duck. Thanks, Queen Bee. So talk amongst yourselves. I'm not as entertaining as B. Tim. Okay, fine. Now I can read your guys' chat. I moved over to a different page. Oh boy, you guys. Oh, thank you, Oracle Crow. Stip and Shine. Yeah, Queen dropped herself. So
this is why I say we don't judge. My computer just did a whole ass reset.
In the middle of the day?
Girl, listen, it just shut the fuck. I played it. I hit play, right? As soon as I hit play, it just all of a sudden it just shut on down and went blank. The whole screen went blank. Hey Julie, what's going on?
Oh, hey. Yeah, I was in the back chat here listening. Oh, can you hear me? Oh.
Yes, I can. And I appreciate you popping up because that sucker just shut itself right off and there was nothing I could do.
It happens.
There was no going back. It was done.
I know the feeling.
How far did we get in? Do you guys know how far till it shut itself off?
Is it just the two of us? Did she drop down?
Yeah, it's just the two of us. Lori dropped. I don't know what. She probably had a panic attack.
Well, the thing I was gonna say is, you know, she was. They were saying about, like, you know, worried about Dr. John, you know, and his professional opinions and so forth. And yes. I actually did a live myself, and in the middle of the live, I came to a revelation. I was like, wait a second. Did Dr. John act responsibly when Lauren was talking about self-harm? He is not just, he is a family member and a psychologist. They both, now I think they've done sworn affidavits to say that she was talking about self-harm, right? And there's professional standards for psychologists when you believe somebody potentially could harm themselves. You know, they have holds. It varies by state. It could be a 24-hour, 48-hour, you know, to stabilize a person, to assess if they're really, you know, at risk. And
well, see, the thing is, we don't know if they did or didn't. We don't know if they did or didn't because we don't know their family life. We don't know.
No, but we know what they said in the statements, right? That they submitted to court. She read her affidavit in the 9-hour live stream. You know, I'm over 18. I know what I'm saying. And we know Grayson gave an affidavit and John gave an affidavit. All three of them kind of gave the same story, which is she spoke about harming herself and that he called Grayson to keep an eye on her. Right?
Yeah, so I don't think that's, in my opinion, acting responsibly under the guise of that.
I mean, I'm saying as a psychologist, I don't think I'm going to look into it. I'm going to look into it because I'm interested. I'm just interested to know what is the professional responsibility of a psychologist in those situations. It's a serious thing. You know, I mean, psychologists have ethical standards that they have to, you know, meet for their profession.
Right, but I mean, if he was just, you know, acting, you know, being, you know, good. I don't even know how to say this.
Yeah.
Acting in the best interest as her husband and not as a physician, you know, maybe that's why he said, please keep an eye on her.
Now, in a family member, right? That's what a 5150 is, right? That's the one a family member could do. Right? Am I right about that? Like if a family member thinks if you're talking about harming yourself, a family member could do a 5150? I don't see the chat. Let me see the comments. Yeah, a family member could do it. So you could do it in either capacity, as a family member or as a licensed psychologist. In my opinion, I have to go back and see what they wrote in their affidavits about that. And then I have to go back to Nevada and see what their rules are. Because, I mean, it is very serious. And frankly, in my personal opinion, to put on the shoulders of a 24-year-old assistant to call her and say, you need to keep an eye on my wife because I'm afraid she's going to hurt herself, is very unfair and a huge burden to put on this employee of yours. I don't think that would be ethically correct, or it's just not correct in any way. That's how I feel. You there, Queen? He should not treat his own wife. That's true. Please look up why John does not have an MPI number. I'm curious. Oh, that's interesting. I will look that up. In my opinion, I would just love to leave that alone. Julie, I would leave that alone. We don't know exactly what happened. I feel it's all performative. I do too, but it's hardly agree. We need to keep it to reviewing, laughing, discussing. I miss what Hartley said. I don't know if Queen's here or not. Sorry. Sorry. Let me just scroll up here. I don't know if we need to go digging in that man's employment. I'm not digging in his employment. I'm just curious what the responsibilities are. You know, I don't think he was afraid, Auburn says. Not genuinely. I feel it was performative. It very well could be performative, but I definitely think it's just my opinion. I don't know. It just occurred to me as I was talking about it, I was like, wait a second. Did he do the right thing in that? I mean, I really feel like he did not do the right thing by putting on the shoulders of a 24-year-old. Hey, I'm worried about my wife. I think you should keep an eye on her. I mean, at least as an employer, it was unethical, whatever your profession. I didn't really follow the Daybell case as closely as I really followed the case in Indiana, the Delphi case of Abby and Libby. But I do know about the Daybell case. Yeah, I mean, I do know about the Daybell case. I didn't really follow. I should say this. I don't know about Lauren's reporting on that case. You don't care about.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I don't really, honestly, I don't mean to say this to be rude, but I don't really give two fucks about Dr. John.
Yeah, I just think like
you know what I'm saying?
It started out bothering me with when they said that he called the Grayson to keep an eye on her. I was like, that's messed up.
Right. All right, Biddy, I'm going to get back to playing this.
All right, I'm going to drop down. That's all I wanted to say.
All right, thank you for coming up, Biddy.
You're welcome.
All right,
I'm having a great week, by the way, as Beej all week. I'm being Beej all week. I did a makeup tutorial as Beej. She never got to it, and I did it.
Hey, that's all right. At least you got her done, right?
I look beautiful. I was so beautiful. I used my powder that's called Skeletor. I think the powder was called that she uses, and it was really good. And I've been having so much fun as Beej, and I cannot wait to be here on YouTube for Halloween.
I know that's going to be awesome. We're having us a big Halloween party, so that'll be fun.
Okay, can I come? Can I come as Beej?
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. You better come as Beej. But you know what? Here, listen. Harley said, "Listen, I want you to hear this real quick." Harley says, "Listen, if we start going down those kind of rabbit holes, you might as well admit you're prepared to go real life and fuck people's lives up."
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, so let's not do that, okay?
I think it's okay to wonder out loud and say that it's okay.
It is, but I just don't think digging into his personal life or his stuff is okay. You know, I
was curious.
Hey, you know what? It's okay to be curious, but sometimes, they say that curiosity kills the cat. You know what I mean?
I'm not doing real life on anybody. I'm just saying I was curious, and I do think it is messed up what he did to the assistant. Not that I think she's a nice person, but you don't call a 24-year-old and say, keep an eye on my wife. Like,
she's gonna and drop it in her lap. I agree with that. And I do agree with you on that. Yeah. That's really shitty.
So either, I don't know what I should be. Beej as going as the hot tub girl, or Beej as a Jezebel cat.
I don't know. We'll decide later, though. So I'm going to get this started.
Beej is a Jezebel cat. Craig
all right, Biddy, I'll talk to you after a bit. Bye. Gotta go.
some mouth noises. I have allergies, and I'm on all kinds of allergy meds. You know how that goes. So my mouth is really dry. Nothing I can do about it. I don't have the time or energy to sit here and edit every mouth noise out of this video, so I apologize for that. I know how annoying that is, but see if you can get past it and hear the words that I'm saying. All right, here we go. Lauren. Girl, let's talk. I'm going to talk to you today as if I would approach a young teenage girl who's just trying to find her way in life and getting all kinds of caught up in drama from school. Maybe you want to date the boy, get him to take you to the dance, so you tell a few white lies here and there, little manipulations. I'm pretty sure that was probably you back then. But you didn't learn some lessons. Okay, you didn't. People just did not tell you how the world works before they threw you out into it. And clearly we're seeing the ramifications of that today. So let's start with your 9-hour live stream. All right, I watched it, and man, you want to talk about torturous interference? It's actually tortious interference, but you kept saying torturous, and after sitting through that for 9 hours, that was pretty dang torturous. Let me tell you, don't do that again. It doesn't take 9 hours to say anything. All right, don't do that again. That was bad. But let's talk about why you did that in the first place, okay? Because I was listening to the entire 9 hours waiting for you to get to the point of the actual stalking. I was giving you the benefit of the doubt, all right? I was like, wow, is she really being stalked? Huh, I know who I thought you were talking about, but it turned out it was totally someone different. I'd never even heard of Christina. So, all right, I went on a little learning expedition. But you did that live stream torturously, and you never got to an example of stalking. All you had was that she had made a couple TikToks that you didn't like, that you thought she was being mean to you in. And so I said, okay, I better know what I'm talking about, so I better go look at these TikToks. I watched every single one of her TikToks. And yeah, clearly she's angry with you. You hurt her badly. You upset her a lot. And she's voicing that. She doesn't really call you out by name, so she could be talking about all kinds of people. She probably has more than one ex-friend. You're probably not the only one on the planet. Sorry to burst your bubble. But they could be about you, or they could be about someone else. So I'm sitting here thinking, huh, that's kind of weird. Now, some of her videos are a little bit more direct as far as she's talking about you, like the whole brother thing. I'm sorry to bring that up. I know that's a very sore topic, but that was the only video that made me know that she was exactly talking about you. None of the others, really. So I'm not seeing a big stalking thing here. And then you said, well, she showed up at CrimeCon. Okay, she bought tickets before you did. How is that stalking? You can't preemptively stalk someone by buying a ticket to go somewhere where you don't know if they're going to show up or not. Right? So no, that's not stalking. And then you had her kicked out of crime. And then the bar, if you knew she was there first, you should have left. Okay, the adult thing to do in that situation is to leave and go somewhere else, not try and have her kicked out. So I'm not seeing any stalking. I really looked, because I wanted to believe you, because I believe in believing victims. I did a whole podcast on surviving narcissistic abuse. And yeah, I tend to err on the side of the victims. You're not the victim here, sweetheart. I'm sorry. I know you think you are, okay? And this is something that maybe you need a different psychologist to talk to you about. I'm not a psychologist, but I'm questioning Dr. John at the moment after the things I've heard him say. So you weren't stalked. All right, I'm sorry you think you are. I'm sorry you feel that you are, because that's not a good feeling. I get that. But she just did not stalk you. The judge told you that himself. We heard the court audio. I didn't know if you know that was out there. I'm sure you know now, but we heard it. The judge told you. That's not stalking. All right, you can't silence someone or try to have them arrested or with an ankle monitor because they don't like you. All right, maybe what you should do is stop and say, huh, why don't they like me? And do a little introspection. All right, so I'm on Christina's side insofar as she was not stalking you. So if you can get your head around that, you're really going to have a better time of things. Right, so that's your first thing to consider. Next, what I want you to think about is the Streisand effect. Surely you've heard of that. Surely John knows what that is. Okay? When you call attention to an issue, sometimes you make a much, much bigger issue out of it. I would never have heard of any of this if you hadn't done that 9-hour live stream. Right? There are a whole lot of people right now on the planet who have heard of you that have never heard of you before. And that saying of, any sort of attention is good attention, nah, that's not real true. That does not always work. It's not working for you now. All right, so the 9-hour live stream was a monumental mistake. Blaming the fact that you had to do this live stream on law and crime, another huge mistake. Monumental mistake, all right? You are a true crime YouTuber, right? What do you talk about on your channel? Crimes, deaths, murders, investigations, court hearings, right? So if something is going to court, right there, that's right up your alley. That's something you would cover. If it was some other YouTuber, maybe if it was me going to court, you would put that all over your channel. You would love the chance to do that, no matter what it did to me. See? So you're calling for this double standard. You're being pretty darn hypocritical. It's not working for you. Okay? You gotta hear me. It's not working for you. And then, of course, after the 9-hour live stream, it got picked up by a lot of people. Even Turtle Boy. I mean, you know you're in some hot water when Turtle Boy's drawing McArches on his forehead. Yeah, I can't help you with that. You're on your own. But you got a lot of attention, and none of it good. I don't know what would possess you to do another live stream. Now, first you did the Patreon one. That's kind of scuzzy, but whatever, you do you. I had a Patreon account. I mean, I know, I get it. But the response video, the premiere that you had the other night. First, you schedule it right on top of Kresha. That was rude. Very rude. Stop doing that. But you did this response video, which was nothing but word salad, gobbledygook, psychobabble. Darvo. You know what Darvo is? Deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. You're trying to portray yourself as the victim. You're not. You're not. Except maybe a self-inflicted injury. Okay? You need to stop. I understand what you're feeling, right? Because you did this to me many years ago. Okay, so I have some unique experience here on what you're going through. Right now, you're sitting there in your ivory castle, and you know that there are people out in the world who have a lot of dirt on you. A lot. They've got text messages, they've got patterns of harassment, they have historical precedents for all of the crap that you're pulling. And you know, at any minute, we could all find each other and just kind of get together and spill it all. And that terrifies you. That would terrify anyone, okay? I'm not saying you're crazy. That would terrify anybody. But what you're trying to do is get ahead of it. You're trying to paint everyone who's against you as a bad person, so that when they do eventually come out with all this information, you can say, see, I told you they were bad. Look how mean they are. No, that's not going to work. I know you're trying so hard to get people on your side before this stuff comes out. It's not going to work, okay? The sooner you accept that, the sooner you can start on the road to recovery. But that's going to start with accountability. Let me tell you a spiritual story. I know that you are LDS. I know that you've also never really said that on your own channel because you didn't want people to know, but then you went on Mormon Stories and finally said you were, but I'm not anymore. I don't even know what you're doing. I don't care. It doesn't matter. This spiritual nugget I'm going to give you transcends all religions. It is the theory that power equals responsibility. Okay, think about that for a second. If you want to have power over something, you need to take responsibility for it. The more responsibility you have for something, the more power you have over it. All right, think of it as pretend you work at McDonald's. Right? If you want to have the power to say, well, the store's going to open at this time, and so-and-so is going to work in the grill, and you should work at drive-thru because you have the best drive-thru voice. If you want that power to make those choices, you have to accept the responsibility for being the manager. Right? That's how it works. And if you are the manager, then you have all of the responsibility for the operation of the store. So power and responsibility go hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other. And when you try to have one without the other, you end up with a situation like you're in right now. It's not good. It's not good. So if you want the power to silence your critics, to have everyone keep all of the nasty text messages quiet and not make them public, and just leave you alone and go away quietly, like I did 5 years ago, if you want that power, then you have to take responsibility for the problem. Do you see? If you came out and did a, please not 9-hour, maybe 2-hour, mea culpa video, and just say, you know what? Yeah, I said some nasty things about people I shouldn't have. I did this, I did that. I tried to get rid of small YouTubers that were in my way, or I thought of as competition. I lied. I told some stories. You know, I tried to get people mad and riled up at other people. I did those manipulative things. I did them because I was just blinded by the light. whatever excuse you have for doing that sort of thing. But if you come clean with it and you're honest and you seek to take responsibility for it, that gives you the power to change the outcome. That gives you the power to say, yeah, I did all those things. Now let me apologize. Let me work one-on-one with all of these people and make reparations, and we'll move on. I've learned. I've grown. Give me the chance to show you that I've grown. Why don't you try that instead of just bullying everyone more? Because getting a copyright strike on Crush's video last night, that was my red line. All right? You and I have history. It was about, 4 or 5 years ago when you came at me. I had my YouTube channel. I was having a great time. I was working really hard, and I was seeing some channel growth. I had a community that was blossoming. I was having an amazing time. But it was always tempered with the fact of what I was doing, which was covering the Vallow Daybell case. I didn't even want to do that. Do you remember how I got that? My best friend in the entire world, Denise Rainey, who was the only person at the time covering that case. She was the first person to start talking about JJ and Tylee being missing on YouTube. She started it. And she was talking to Justin Lum and getting all the information and doing all... She was working 12, 18 hours a day researching and getting stuff for this case. And she died. She died unexpectedly. It almost killed me. I did not cope with that very well. I didn't know what to do. I was lost like a boat out in the ocean. But what I thought was, I don't want her work to go to waste. I don't want her energy to stop. So, all right, I'm going to cover this case. Do as best as I can, as good as I hope she would have, and to make her proud of me, whatever. But I wanted to keep it going for her. And so, that's it. I started my YouTube channel. I wasn't going to do true crime. I was on a weight loss journey, which didn't go so well. But, whatever. That's neither here nor there. But I was doing other stuff. I wanted to do YouTube, but other stuff. But this case fell on my lap, and I said, I got to do this for Denise, because even though she had just barely begun to hear the story of JJ and Tylee, we didn't even know about Charles at the time. It was all still coming together. She wanted those children found more than anything. Anything. And that energy is what I took with me on my journey. I wanted those children found. I wanted them home. We didn't get that. And I'll never not think about that, But that was what I was doing. I was covering the case from a good place, mentally and emotionally. I didn't care if I had 10, 20, 30,000 subs. That wasn't my point. I wanted to keep Denise's work going. I wanted to get to the point that she wanted to. Resolution, hopefully, in finding the children. That didn't happen. That did not happen. The kids were actually found in Chad's yard just a few days after she died. So that's something that'll stick with me really hard. I need to change topics because I'm not going to cry. I'm too angry to cry right now. So, while I was doing all of this, I became friends with one of your earlier cohorts, who we don't need to talk about her. This is not about her today. Maybe someday it will be, but right now it's not. And you saw some success going this way. And you grabbed her, you poached her, so to speak, out from under me, and convinced her I was terrible. And she should stay with you because you're so professional and pretty, and I'm just a mom. No, I didn't have any great background, at least as far as you knew. And then it started. You started coming at me every 6 ways from Sunday. You made up lies about me. You convinced True Crime YouTube that I was working for Lori Vallow. Like, did you even hear yourself talking? How absurd that is. But what's worse than convincing people on YouTube and spinning your flying monkeys heading my way, which I have not forgiven you for, we'll talk about that later, is you convinced the family that I was working against them. You told Kay and Larry and Kresha and anyone else that will listen that I was lying to them, that I was their enemy. Are you insane? Are you insane? So you made me the enemy so you could weasel more into their lives. To use them for clicks and subs on your channel. Oh, girl. I was so disgusted by what you did. So disgusted. Not just you and your little friend. But I was so disgusted I didn't even know how to think about what was happening. Not only did you lie about saying I was trying to help Lori Vallow, mind you, none of my employees were putting money on Lori Vallow's books. And that's you, girl. So, yeah, you got that to deal with. But you knew it wasn't true. You didn't care. It was serving your purpose to get rid of me. So you could have the YouTube world of the Vallow Daybell case to yourself. But you didn't get it to yourself. There are hundreds of YouTubers covering that case. You could have worked with everyone. You could have been nice to everyone. YouTube is a big place. There are room for hundreds of channels on the same case. There really are.
Absolutely,
you didn't
there
need to do that, but you did it anyway. And you did it in a way that was so hurtful and so untrue that it blew my mind, right? And I was trying to think about how I wanted to deal with this. Because, yeah, fight back, right? I can go on as many videos as you can and say, that's not true. I'm not working for Lori Vallow. She's crazy. I've said from day one she's guilty. No, not working for her. Of course that's insane. But there's this thing called flying monkeys. You know what those are. You know. And when you convince your people, right, that you're telling the truth, and they start attacking me, we got a problem, right? I had flying monkeys day in and day out for weeks. We're talking death threats. We're talking doxing. I still have a couple people that still follow me around the internet. All right? Still, 4 years later, your flying monkeys still don't leave me alone. There's only 3 or 4 of them, but they're still there. That's nuts. Okay? You're not dealing with entirely stable people here, obviously. Right? But you can manipulate them, and you lie to them, and you make them do your dirty work. Right? So I had to make a choice. Do I want to sit here and fight with this all day, every day, and keep making police reports for the death threats? And do I really want to do that? Nah, I did not. It wasn't worth it. I have a nice, quiet life, right? I go to school, I crochet, I bake, I have my kids. It's great. I'm very happy. And I have an actual loving husband that I like to touch, which I want to ask you about that later. Why don't you touch your husband? Well, that's weird. Anyway, but I love mine, right? And I love spending time with him. So stopping YouTube really wasn't that big of a problem for me because I wasn't doing it for money, right? Remember the time I told the story about the first time on YouTube I made like $450 one month, and I was so excited because I paid the car payment for my husband, because my husband supported me all our marriage. We've been married 20 years. For me to be able to pay a bill was like, oh, I'm helping. I felt so good about myself. $400. I don't make $20,000 a year. Could I have? Maybe, if I wanted to put that much effort into it. But I certainly wouldn't have done it by lying and manipulating and hurting people. No. If you want to make that kind of money, do it right. Do it right. Be the nice person. Try that for a change. It might work out for you. Maybe. But yeah, money. I could leave YouTube because it wasn't about money. All right? We had plenty of money. I didn't need YouTube to survive. Okay, it was nice. I ended up paying about $350 or $400 a month in subscriptions. I had Wondershare Filmora, I had Audacity, I've got a StreamYard and all that kind of stuff, Canva. I mean, so I had subscriptions to all this stuff just to make pretty videos. That got expensive, so YouTube was paying for that. I get an extra 150 or so bucks here and there, take my family out to dinner, great. That was great. I was happy, right? I was never looking for the $20,000 a month thing and millions of subs, and I didn't want
I'm not really too sure where this $20,000 comes into play at, but with the amount of subs that Lauren has, in my opinion, she's making probably more like 50,000. That's probably on the low end in the midst of these cases. That's just what it is.
That. I want my nice quiet little world where we were talking about the case and it was great. And you ruined it for me. Why? I wasn't a threat to you. I wasn't trying to stifle your channel. Your channel wasn't even there when mine was. So don't even give me that crap. I was not a threat to you, right? I didn't do a lot of collaborations with people. A couple people I really liked, but generally I was like, you go do your channel, I'm going to do my channel. I don't care what you do over there. You don't.
Now, this is just my opinion. Like I said, this is just my opinion as a creator, having a back studio, knowing analytics. In my opinion, do your own research, form your own opinion, okay? Do your own research, form your own opinion. But I can tell you right now, 20,000. Yeah. When you have 340,000 subscribers, you are making a decent amount of money. Okay. You are not hurting for money by any means. This is just my opinion. Like I said, do your own research, form your own opinions. Okay. I'm just telling you my opinion. She's making way more than $20,000 a month. That's a drop in the hat, baby.
Okay, what I do over here, everything's great. There were a lot.
So to take out somebody that's making $400 a month, fucking mind blown. Mind blown, baby. You got my fucking mind blown right now.
Of YouTubers that popped up around that time that were a little out there for me. Some of the psychics and the numerology stuff and the Malachite thing. Oh, that drove me nuts. But there were a lot of people I didn't agree with. But you know what I did? I left them alone. Right?
And this would be her, in my opinion, having the channel she has, including her Patreon membership, subscribers, you know, all wrapped into one. Her business, her business, which in my opinion was the sole reason for this 9-hour live stream, trying to get ahead of it. Because subs equal money in ad revenue. People that watch the videos, the more views on the videos, the more money you get paid for your ad revenue. Okay. $300,000 subs just ain't 50,000 a month. Realistic, in my opinion. Playboard list her as 58,000 a year. Well, it could be. I'm just saying my opinion. This is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. In the thick of it, I'll go look at her channel right now. I'll be right back. You guys listen to this. I'll be right back.
I didn't go attack them. I didn't send my subs over there to pester them or send them death threats. I didn't do that. I just let them do their thing. Why is that not something you could ever do? Why do you have to take down and take down and take down instead of just leaving people to do their own thing? If you think you're such a great YouTuber, if you're the greatest journalist that ever lived, and you're the only true crime person that cares about victims, why don't you just win those accolades on being a nice person instead of earning them by taking down everyone around you? Why? Lauren, you don't understand. You don't have to be... I almost said a really bad word. You don't have to be a cow to be successful. You can be nice and successful at the same time because people will like you because you're nice. All right? There may be some people out there who like you and respect you because you're powerful and you can take down YouTubers. Dun, dun, dun. Please, will you get over yourself? You need to stop. You just need to stop. What I would like you to do is to reach out to me. Let's have a talk. I want to talk to you about the things you did to me. All right? Yeah, I said a lot of stuff on Crash's Live, but I didn't get into all of it. You want me to? You go at the family again? You can't do that. You cannot go with the family. All right? That stops today. I told you in the live last night to come at me. You want to fight? I'll give you a fight. You leave the family alone. They don't need this shit from you. They have enough to deal with. Right? They are dealing with the death of their family members caused by another family member. That is too traumatic for you to be throwing mean girl internet drama at them. So quit it. I came out of hiding in retirement to tell you to knock it the fuck off. I hope you're listening. I didn't want to do this. I watched your 9-hour and I said to myself, nope, I'm not getting involved in this mess. Been there, done that. I was just going to watch it from afar. And yeah, I'm going to admit right now, I am a horrible person because I watched Turtle Boy and I laughed my ass off. When he drew those arches on his forehead, oh my God, I could not stop crying. It was the funniest thing I have ever seen. Why? Because here was someone who was not afraid of you. Like I was. I was afraid of you because you threatened me with all kinds of crap. Oh, you're going to go to jail. Oh, you're going to get arrested. I'm going to get arrested for what? Because I don't like you? Guess what? You've been trying to arrest people that don't like you for 5 years, and it hasn't worked out yet, has it? You don't get to arrest people for not liking you. Suck it up. Right? But back to Turtle Boy. Watching him was amazing. It was so cathartic for me to see someone stand up to you with absolute one of your crazy little orders. Try it. And he'd be like, yeah, bring it. Bring.
Yeah, Lauren's got the attention of several YouTubers that I don't think she has any interest in going after or having a legal battle with. I think she's kind of learned that, you know, or in the process of learning, in my opinion, that legal battle isn't the way to go when it's a frivolous lawsuit or a frivolous RO. Because a lot of YouTubers are fucking tired of it. Not even YouTubers, subscribers, people, just everybody. And yes, looking at this, I still stand on it. And I say maybe about 40. Probably about 40,000 a month, in my opinion, yes. And here, this is me looking at her channel right here. This is her channel right here. This is my opinion. Do your own research. Form your own opinion. Okay? This is her channel. 318,000 subscribers. So she going down. She losing subs as it is. Look, I'm still sub to her. Let me go unsub right now. Anyways, yeah, I stand on it. I believe that, like I said, this is just my opinion. I believe in my heart of hearts she's making at least 40,000 a month. Yeah. With these views, oh yeah, absolutely she is. Like I said, this is just my opinion. Do your own research, form your own opinion. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. Here we go.
It. You want to go up against his lawyers? Are you nuts? Nope. And you come at me, his lawyers might be my lawyers. Then what? You're not the only person with lawyers in the world. You're not the only person with money. You got 4 lawyers, I'll get 6. You got $1 million, I got 2. You want to play? You want to play, Lauren? I'll play. I will play. I'm trying to appeal to your better senses. I'm trying to appeal to the part of you inside that knows what you are doing is wrong, and that knows the game you are trying to play is not winnable. You are not going to convince the internet that Christina is this demon who's out to kill you. It's not true. All right? And prepare yourself, because at some point, all of those things you're afraid of, all of those nasty text messages and stories from other people like me are going to come out. Because you are not stopping. They're going to come out. You have 2 choices when dealing with it. You sit down and you say, you know what? I was an absolute ass. I am sorry. What can I do to make it up to you? How can I beg your forgiveness? How can we move on? You do that openly and honestly and with a full heart. And maybe you'll have a chance to save something. But if you're going to fight and combat and strike family members' videos when they've got something to say, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. Because when those things come out, it's just going to prove everyone's point. All right? So think really long and hard about what you want to do right now. If you want to talk to me, you know how to get in touch with me. I've had the same phone number, email address, and social media since you met me. They're still there. Use them. You want to talk privately, one-on-one? You want me to help you get out of this mess? I will. I shouldn't, because I certainly don't owe you that, and you don't deserve it. But I will help you. I'll help you get out of this mess. You and I can talk. We can come to get you to a place where your head is on properly. And I'll go on the live stream with you, and I'll tell people, hey, I've been working with Lauren. She's got her head on straight now. We're going to start apologizing, and I'm going to help her rebuild her community. I would help you do that.
That's nice of you. That's very nice of you, Awen. But I'm going to tell you right now, that's not going to happen due to Lauren burning it down, in my opinion.
Because I believe that people can be helped. You didn't grant me that courtesy. No, you just destroyed me. That was your life's goal, to destroy me. But guess what? You didn't. You didn't. I left YouTube, sure, which made life easier for you, because then you didn't have anyone calling you out on anything. But I had a wonderful last 4 or 5 years. Not having to work 10, 12 hours a day making videos and researching and writing and scripting and recording and all of that. I didn't have to do any of that. I just got to play with my kids and decorate my new apartment. I had to move, actually, speaking of. I had to move thanks to you. I had a really beautiful second floor, 2-bedroom, sunny apartment. And I had to move because your flying monkeys wanted to dox me, especially one in particular, which I'm sure you remember. But she wanted to dox me knowing that I have a psychotic ex out there in the world who would love nothing more than to come find me and shoot me in the head. Maybe that was your plan. Maybe you were hoping they would dox me and he would come find me. Was that your plan? At this point, I'd believe it, you know. But I actually had to move. It cost me a lot of money. You gonna send me a check? No.
Well, see, I find this kind of odd, and I'm not sure what to really think about this, but this is a tough one, man. Because I'll tell you right fucking now, there ain't no way, there ain't no fucking way I would ever even consider, and I'm a very nice person when it comes down to it. I got a lot of patience. I try to help people. I try to do what I can do. There ain't no fucking way I would ever help somebody rebuild their platform after they've destroyed and done the things they've done to the victims, their families, co-workers, employees, friends. If this person is so, you know, doing shitty things, why would you want to help them? I guess I don't really understand that aspect of it. I don't know. Maybe you're being, you know, nice, or maybe you think that it will change, but a leopard doesn't change their spots, and I think you know that. Awen, I think you know that, baby.
You're not, of course not, because you don't accept any responsibility for anything that you have done. But I had to move my home
And
to make sure
right
I
there,
wasn't doxxed by
having to move, you had to move your house. You're talking about somebody coming to your house to find you, them doxing you, running you off the internet for 5 fucking years, and you want to turn around and help this person? Baby, the snake done bit you 5 fucking times. Don't let it bite you again. Shit.
your crazy flying monkeys because of the lies that you told about me. So if I can sit here and offer you an olive branch, girl, you should take it. You should take it, because there are a lot of other people out there mad at you like I am right now. And my goodwill is only going to go so far. Right? I am angry that you made me come out of my comfort zone and have to respond to this mess. And I would have said my piece last night with Kresha and left it alone. Like, okay, I said my piece. I felt good. You know why? Because Kay and Kresha now know that I was never their enemy. And you tried so hard for years to make them believe that. Their eyes are open now. They know, oh, Awen was never lying to us. She was never doing these things to us. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. All those years lost when we could have been close. That will always hurt to my heart. But I was going to say my piece because they're the ones that matter to me, not you. Not you. But then when I woke up this morning and saw that you copyright struck that video, I could not believe it. I could not believe any human could be on a path of self-sabotage that big and that utterly destructive. Have you looked at Twitter? I looked at Twitter. You shouldn't have done that. If you didn't like what we said, leave it alone. Ignore it. Let us do our thing. That was not about you last night. That was about Kay having some things to say. Kresha finally having some things to say instead of you constantly silencing her. And me there to say, she's been doing this a long time. I'm here to stand witness to the crap that Lauren's pulled on these people. That had nothing to do with you. That was about them and me being there to be like, I got you. I got your back. Right? You never had their back. You may think you did or try to say you did, but you did not. Your actions show the opposite. Striking their words on a YouTube video that they have come years in the making. How dare you? How dare you? You don't understand the audacity of what you've done. It's stunning. But when I said last night, if you want to fight, come at me, bruh. I told you to leave them alone, and you didn't. And you didn't. Now you've got a fight on your hands. Okay? You've got a fight on your hands. You want it? Let's go. Let's go. Come on a live stream with me. Let's have a debate. I dare you. I double dog dare you. You think you're so righteous? You think you're so pure? You think you're correct? Let's talk about it live on camera. Let's talk. Let me hit you with everything I've got and see if you can defend yourself. You know you can't. Is that why you struck her video last night? Did you strike her video because I was on it? You haven't struck anyone else's video. You haven't struck Turtle Boy or any of the other hundreds of videos I've seen of people on YouTube looking at your 9-hour live stream. Why didn't you strike them? I wasn't on any of those.
And I replayed Kresha's live stream, and I've been waiting for Lauren to fucking strike. I haven't gotten a strike the first. I got one privacy strike yesterday, and that was it. But she hasn't even tried or attempted to strike down my video at all. Why is that, Lauren?
Is that the thing here? Is that what got you? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And if you struck it because of what Kay said and Kresha said, then you are scum. If you did it because of me, I would almost understand, because you're afraid of me for good reason. For the shit you pulled that I could sit here and make videos about all day. Right? I haven't done that yet. And you can try to send me a cease and desist, blah, blah. No, you can't. I'm allowed to tell my story. I'm allowed to tell what you did to me. I am. That's part of living in this country. That's something that you clearly despise. But I can tell my story just like Christina can, just like Kresha can, just like Kay can, just like anyone else can. Even your old pal Lori Hellis. You kind of pissed her off too. But, like, giving away her book for free, you know how hard she worked on that. You know how many years she worked on that book, and how hard she worked to make sure she was doing everything the publisher needed, getting all the promotions done, all her newsletters. Everything that she did was for that book, because she believed in it that much. And you stole it out from under her? Man, this is someone who gave you, like, a solid year of her life helping you build up your channel. That's the thanks you give her? You steal her hard work and then have John come on and lecture us about art? Your art is nothing but manipulation and thievery. That's not art. Good grief. Good grief. So yeah, Lori Hellis is pissed at you too, for good reason. If I had worked years on a project and you did that to me, I'd be pretty pissed too. And I probably got a lawsuit. You know, because that's not cool. You can't just steal somebody else's work like that. And the fact that you hoodwinked it out of Nate Eaton. Nate Eaton, of all people. He is one of the sweetest guys. He has been on this case since day one. He has more right to this case than you ever will. And you hoodwinked him to get a copy of that book? Ugh. I feel awful for Nate because I know that Nate feels awful. I know that he feels terrible that happened. But it's not his fault. He didn't know that you were the snake that you are. Yeah, I hope he does now. And he doesn't fall for that shit again. You know, but... man, Lauren, you need some help, girl. So if you want some help, please let me know. You know how to reach me. I still have the same phone number, so you probably still have it. I've got the same email address. It's linked in the description below. I'm still on Twitter. You can find me. I tagged you a couple times this morning. You can find me if you look. And we'll talk. We'll talk privately, off camera. You can even record it if you want, because I know you have things about that. I don't care. I will say anything privately or publicly that I will 100% say. I'm not hiding anything, unlike you. So, there you go. That's what I've got to say for now. For now. And don't take this as a threat. I know you're going to try. Oh, she's threatening me. She said, come at me, bruh. Like, yeah, play a video game. All right? That's for my video game life. We say that to the monsters. You know, you see a big boss monster, you say, come at me, bruh. Right? Or your opponent in Fortnite or whatever. It's joshing talk. I am not threatening you physically. I'm not threatening you emotionally. I'm not threatening you legally. I'm not. I'm trying to offer you an out from the mess that you have created before you hurt somebody else. I'll take the hit, right? I'll take the hit. You want to yell at me, whatever. But focus your anger on me and leave the family alone. For the love of all you hold holy, leave the family alone, all right? You want a boogeyman? I'll be your boogeyman. Right? I'm jumping up and down with a target sign. Like, over here, please leave them alone. Look over here. They don't need your shit. They don't need your lies, your manipulation, your gaslighting, your thievery, your nonsense. They have enough to deal with. And if you can't see that, then you have lost the plot as far as it's possible to lose it. So if you want to fight, come fight with me. If you want help getting out of the mess that you've created for yourself, I will likewise help you with that. All right? I may not be a psychologist. You don't need to be a psychologist to deal with what you're dealing with. Clearly, but I can help you find the road to redemption. What you need, like any good video game, is your redemption story arc now. You need it. You need to come clean, you need to be apologetic, you need to take responsibility for what you've done, and you need to stop hurting people. None of us have deserved it. I did nothing to you. Nothing. I was off in my own little YouTube land. I didn't even know who you were. And you jumped on me. Why? Why'd you do that? What was I doing to you? I wasn't even talking to you much. I'd see you passing in Facebook groups. Like, oh, who's that? Right? Because I didn't care what anybody else was doing. I was minding my own damn business. But nah, that wasn't good enough for you. Did you see me as a threat? How was I a threat? You and I had totally different goals. You wanted to be big superstar blondie lady thing. I just wanted to be the person talking about this case because my friend was important to her. We were not on the same path at all. You could have just left me alone. But you didn't want to do that. So, again, here I am, trying to be the bigger person. I was the bigger person when I just walked away and said, I cannot stay in this environment where I have to fight with Lauren Matthias every freaking day. And then the shit that's being thrown around is getting splashed over onto the family. I couldn't let that happen. So I figured, if I go away, maybe all that will stop. At least that's one less thing the family has to worry about. Right, so I did. I went away. I was fine. I was sad. I left my community. I left a lot of good friends. Even Paul from Reporting Live from my sofa. Hi, Paul. I hope you see this. I love Paul. Oh, my goodness. I love that man like no tomorrow. And we would talk every day, and we were doing all kinds of projects.
Yeah, this is Awen. I'm not sure, or Awen. I'm sorry. I don't know. Right. I don't think you have the power to help her. Okay, I just don't. I'm sorry, I don't. I think you want to. I really do. I think you want to help her, and I think that's really nice that you want to help her. I think that's really, really sweet of you. But I don't think that you have it in you to help her. I don't think you have what she needs. In my opinion, like I said, these are just my opinions. So do your own research, form your own opinions. Miss Patty, thank you for showing the Bumbles love. And CJ, thank you for dropping 10 memberships and showing the Bumbles some love. If you guys got one, make sure you guys tell the girls thank you. And yes, the memberships roll over after every 30 days. So, yeah, it'll roll over. So, Captain Apton, she waffles on she admits at the end the offer of help is tied to the victims and their families. Leave them alone and I'll help you. Keep going and you have a fight. Oh, is that the end of it? Paul is Joe Schmo. J Fox. Oracle Crow says, I think Awen knows HTC will not ask for help. There's more to it. There very well might be more to it. I guess we could play the rest of it. If you guys, do you guys want to play the rest of it or do you guys want to go watch it yourselves? I would rather you guys give her the view and go watch it yourselves. But we can watch the rest of it. We probably got another 30, 40 minutes of it. I don't know. I don't know. Not the same Paul? Okay, might be a different one then. Oh, here. Wait. They said Hold on. Paul has a channel reporting live from the Sofa Squad or something like that? Okay. So it must be a different one then. I don't know. It's very odd to me. Here we go. Paul is from reporting live from the Sofa, not Joe Schmo. Okay, so they're saying Joe Schmo's name is Paul, but it's not the same Paul. Got it. Emmy Joe, I'm bored with it now, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people are getting pretty bored with it, to be honest with you. And I don't, like I said, I don't do politics or religion. I'm not going down that route. I don't know none of that. I'm not going, like I said, I'm not going down that road of things. I'm just not going to do it. Joel Roberts, I appreciate your honesty and how you tell it how it is in the person's best interest. Good job on the way you have covered this. Thank you. I appreciate that, Joel. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know a lot of the religious aspects of LDS and, you know, the Mormonism. I don't know. I don't know anything about all that stuff, and I don't want to get into it. It's not something that I, you know, care to talk about or cover. That's more, like I said, down the nonsense. She does that, so she gets into that stuff and covers all that. I don't really know too much about all that stuff. I'm not going down that road, so I'm just not gonna do it. But I want to see this. Look at this. How much Lauren has changed. She has her I guess a channel from like when she was younger. Because I mean she's been doing this for a long time. So she has a channel over here. A channel over here with all of her.
The last day of his life, Jeff spent the morning doing something he loved, playing football. Target.
Report, where's she at? She gets on. There she goes. Here she is.
Funeral is planned for Friday at 11 a.m. His parents wanted to thank the community for their love, support, and prayers. Reporting, Lauren Johnson, ABC 4 News. We don't know what started the fire back here in this duplex behind me, but we do know that it started in the kitchen. Neighbors told me that they heard loud pops and then an explosion. The fire spread fast in this duplex shared by two families. The landlord was on the phone with his daughter-in-law who lived there when she discovered the flame. It is safe. Coming up at 10, we'll hear more from Joanna and how she got her children out safely. Live in Sandy, Lauren Johnson, ABC 4 News. You've heard of Pay It Forward, but this Christmas season, people are paying it forward 26 times.
My gosh, she looks a lot different than she did, huh? She looks a hell of a lot different than she does now. Here, yeah, she looks a lot younger there. Look at her. She looks more natural there, really. I mean, compared to what she looks like now. Man. I was looking at some of those old videos and I was like, wow, she looks really young. And here, one time for this super chat right here. Look at this. Thank you for supporting. Okay, Kresha. Well, you know what? I appreciate her letting us play it. I know that hers is struck down right now, so she can't do it. But on that note, and since we're closing this down here, let me show you guys this. We got to do this.
I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
There we go. On that note, have a good day. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for being here, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Q beat out.